Hey there, Doc Cincy here. I'm doing a video for Jarvie Dabs. He had a question about looking for a bait fish to use for shark fishing on US East Level 2, which has the hammerhead. And also just going to talk a little bit about how we target fish for certain fish. If you're trying to catch certain fish, just a little bit about the process. You're really just looking for ways that you can scroll through baits or lures that'll help you identify fish based on their what they like and what they don't like, and looking for a color pattern. So when I am looking for a fish that I'm going to use to try to use my fish buffet, I actually really do call it the fish buffet, but inside joke between myself and my wife about Jimmy Buffett, but I did spell it Buffett on purpose when I initially came up with it. So I'm looking for medium fish, which here we're going to have the pinfish, the spadefish, and the snipefish, and I'm looking for them to be on top. And I prefer to lure fish with them. It's a little faster. If you can't lure fish with them, then float fish for them. So, and I'm looking, how are they different? So I'm looking at the snipe fish isn't on top, so I'm just discounting the snipe fish. So pinfish and spadefish, they're identical on the soft bait. They both like the soft bait, but they do have a difference in the grasshopper and the worm. So that's how we're going to tell them apart, is switching between the grasshopper and the worm. And, they're both going to be green for the grasshopper. And then if they stay green for the worm, then it's the spadefish. If they were to stay green, if I went to the dough ball, that's going to be the pinfish. Or if I switch to the worm and it turns red, then that is, or if it turns anything but green, that's going to be the spadefish. And preferably, then I'm going to look at the soft bait and see if they have anything different on the soft bait. So since I know I'm good with the grasshopper and the worm, let's go ahead and take a look at our fish board with the grasshopper on. So I've got green fish here, green fish there. They could be the same fish. So I'm going to switch to the worm. And so this one changed to red. So they are one of each. And so that is going to be let's get back here. The one that went red for the worm is going to be the pinfish. The one that stayed green is going to be the spadefish. And we are not going to want the spadefish because the spadefish runs when you hook it. By running, I mean takes line. So that takes up a little extra time. So you'll see here, if I get this spadefish and hook it, it should run. Looks like I need to cast a little further. There we go. So this is what I call running. It's going to run, so that takes up time, and the fish buffet's about efficiency. So I'm not going to want to do that. So that is going to be the spadefish. So let's go back and take a look. So we're wanting the pinfish. So we want the one that is red back here. So we're going to switch to the grasshopper. Now they're both green, but we know the one back here is the grasshopper. So now we know both of those. So we know that that's the fish we want. So now I'm going to take a look at it with the lures. With the soft bait on, they're both going to be green. We know that. So now I'm just going to scroll through all my lures and see if they ever have a different color. And they do not. So they're only green for the soft bait, and they are yellow for the spoon and the spinner, and red for everything else. So there's no good way. Now because I already know that this one back here is the which one? The pinfish. I could catch it with the soft bait, but staying on the soft bait, I'm never going to know, and I'm not going to identify it with the. I mean, I could identify it with the grasshopper and then switch. Actually, thinking it through, that'd probably be the best way to go each time, because you do spend less time hooking the fish because you're going to get the bite with the lure. So we know this is the fish we want. Like I said, it doesn't run. And this is what I would use to fish for whatever shark on this level. Of course, got the unique. That's funny. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll let the unique go. Some people are probably like, what? But whatever. So again, this fish is not going to run. I'm like, why is it taking line and, making me sound like I don't know what I'm talking about? But this time it will not run unless the unique grabs it again. So, and then standard, let it fight twice. And if it doesn't, take it on the second fight. And then release it. And then we'll just rinse and repeat until we get a shark. I'll do this for a minute or two. It's been a long time since I've caught a hammerhead. But that's essentially how you target fish. You're looking for anything that you can scroll through that identifies one fish as not being the other when you're looking at their body size. So if I were fishing, in one of my events and, I'm down to those two fish, and I know that, that would allow me to identify and target fish that other one relatively quickly, where someone who's not that forward thinking might get stuck between those two fish and just, cast and keep catching them. And there we go. Get this buddy in, and then we'll finish the video and get it posted. This was Jarvie. Was that your name? Jarvie Dabs, I think. I think that's it. And you may have some levels where you don't have a medium fish that doesn't run when you hook it. So in that case, just any medium fish will do at that point. And none of the fish species have nothing to do with the frequencies of the sharks. What matters is you want a medium fish. Sharks do take medium fish more frequently than they take large fish. So if there aren't any medium fish that don't run, then just whatever's out there on top with a lure, go get that. I don't think this is very big, and I don't even know what big is. Oh, and I'm still on centimeters. We were looking at possibly switching that, so it makes, with the way they do centimeters, you're less likely to have two fish of the exact same size. So hope that answers the question. You had the info you were looking for, and best of luck and happy hunting.